Hi, my name is Joanie''s. Welcome to my channel. Please go to Joanie'S White Light Healing to find out more about me. That's my website. I do individual sessions for folks who are local to North Central New Jersey. That's an in-person deal. If you want to stay in your pajamas, locals, that's fine too. I do Skype, FaceTime, Facebook video, and phone sessions for locals and folks around the world. I bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness, meaning the ones who have had enlightened experiences. Ooh. Archangels, ascended masters, angels, guides, departed ones, consciousnesses, and star beings. They come through me as one voice. You could find me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, SoundCloud. Please friend me. You could find me on YouTube. Like and share, comment below, and subscribe by pressing the bell all icon. You'll receive the notifications of when I'm putting out videos. So I decided to keep this pretty short this time. I'm going to talk about role modeling. I think it's very important for us to remember that we are role models for each other, that we come in with a certain breadth of knowledge from an accumulation of incarnations. And then we incarnate into this life, into this body with this encyclopedia of knowledge. And that we are here to represent the highest version of ourselves, or at least we hope to. When the veil of forgetfulness comes over us at birth, we don't remember that we are role modeling for others. Even if you are playing the victim in this lifetime, you are still role modeling that of whoever you are at that place that you are at in your life for others to witness. So I'm just going to go through this. I think it's very important for us to talk about. A lot of people, they go about their lives, and there's no judgment here. I'm just talking. They go about their lives like this, and they are forgetting. Many forget that there are people watching. They are noticing, observing, speculating, witnessing, seeing, eyeing. They have piqued curiosity, wonder about the other. So if you're going about your business, there are people that might be interested in the way that you carry yourself, the way you speak, what you're purchasing, how you interact with another, how you interact with one person over another. That's just the basic stuff in our everyday life. But if we get even more specific into the nitty-gritty, the even more important, we are role models for the significant ones in our lives. We play a part. So if you wonder whether you have an impact on another, yes, you do. You just have to show up and be in that person's life, and already you are making a difference. If your vibration is high, if you are in a happier space, in a lighter space, that wisdom, and you're acting and being that wise one, folks see this, they notice it, and they take this in. If you aren't, if you are at a lower vibration, people are still noticing that, and they're learning from you as well. The goal is for each and every one of us to try and be the highest version of ourselves. So we role model awakening, strength, fortitude, transparency, consistency. There's pre-birth planning. So before you come into a lifetime, you would pre-birth plan to be a certain way. You might pre-birth plan to hope to become something different as a result of obstacles that you set on your path. Then you are born, the veil is over you, and you don't remember your plans, your contracts. If you are in a victim situation, whether it's pre-birth planned or post-incarnation free will choiced, There are people who will be experiencing you in that state. And if you are that victim, people have many opportunities when you role model that state of consciousness. People have choices. Oh, I remember when I was that way. I don't want to be there like that again. Then there are other people that are playing around and they're in a similar situation. And they say, well, I could end up like that. Maybe I should consider doing something different. So when I talk about role modeling, I'm not talking about necessarily being a good role model. That might have been what you expected, don't know, before you clicked play for this video. What I am pressing here is that what we bring to the table is our presentation to the collective, to the other, for soul growth opportunity. Now, if you are not being the victim, let's say you're being stationary and neutral, you also are giving off a vibe and you are making a statement. You could be a fence sitter, you could be neutral, you could be more of a hermit, antisocial, a quiet one, an observer, whatever the case. Folks will notice that as well. And then they make conclusions possibly because they might not know who you are because you have a neutral stance and you might not be giving off information about who you are. Whatever the case, that neutral stance is giving a message to others, and people have the opportunity to say, boy, I'd really love for them to come out. I'd really love for them to be more. I'd love to see the colors inside. Or I'm that way too. Boy, I can connect with them because I'm a quiet one as well, or a neutral observer. You are the role model every day, every moment. Now you have the soul who's the higher vibration one. Maybe they're the light, the gregarious one, and they are on top of their game and they're showing people how it's done. You're the role model. You're a teacher in that way of fortitude and grabbing the bull by the horns and seeing that the world is your oyster, perhaps. And in that role modeling, people have the opportunity. Oftentimes when a person is in the higher vibration category and they're role modeling this, the souls that are not matching in that way, that are at a lower vibration, oftentimes see the broken parts in themselves in your reflection. And they have the opportunity then of one of usually two things. One is, what's their secret? I'd like to know more about how they're doing this, how they came to become this way. I want to get to know them. I feel comfortable. I feel really happy when I'm around them. They could teach me a thing or two. What many people do, though, when they are vibing at a lower frequency is they become jealous, resentful, angry, and outright angry and possibly tormenting. They might reject the person outright and get the heck out of there because they don't want to deal with the fact that that person has their shit together and they don't. Or they start torturing and they start badgering, torturing, making snide comments to that person. That's an ego-based reaction when that role modeling person of a high vibration comes in their midst. I put the shout out to the high vibration souls who can relate to that. I've experienced that for most of my life. I've raised my vibration considerably, yet folks have noticed my light, and many have rejected me by either not wanting to know me or by torturing me because they had pain inside and they chose not to learn from where I was coming from. And they chose not to do their personal work to get to that place to look similarly to me. Now, another group are the ones who are the victimizers. So the victimizer is role modeling as well. So you have a lower vibration behavior, words and actions, It might be possibly a higher vibrating soul who's being of service by playing the part of a lower vibration soul. So you don't necessarily know who's who here in this earth school. But let's say that this victimizer is doing the bad deed, and there are folks that are experiencing this, whether it be personally or secondarily. Everyone has the opportunity to learn from this soul. Role modeling. We are curious cats as a collective. We want to learn and know, and we surround ourselves by many different types of folks. Some people are in closer quarters and other people are spread out in places where there aren't as many people. But whatever the case, most people have someone that's in their life. And if they don't have many, then the few that are there become the significant ones. So what I'm reminding you is that when you wake up every day, if there's someone that's in your bed, or if you have kids, or if you're taking care of someone who needs your help, if you're a caregiver, if you're a teacher, a therapist, a doctor, a nurse, if you are a representative in any way, people are watching you. They might not be talking about it, but just they're brushing past you. There's an energy feel that one gets, a verbal interaction, a physical interaction. You are role modeling all the time for others. If you don't like who you are and the way you are a role model, I highly suggest that you work on yourself. I like the term trying to be the highest version of yourself. So if you can take where you are right now and imagine, what would I look like if I were the highest version of myself? And you go into that. I believe that you could come up with a list of aspects of yourself that you could aspire to become. Children look up to the parents. They believe that parents have the answers. Know that they are watching and listening. They want to believe that what you say is true and that you are consistent and transparent. Be your best friend. Be responsible. And as they would say, do the right thing. You are a role model. Now, one last piece here. For the spiritualists that might not have thought of this, or they did, they might be like, oh yeah, this was in the back of my head during this whole time. You role model for yourself. So the way that you think, speak, and act, it reverbs back to you. So if you aren't comfortable with what you are thinking, saying, or doing, and you continue doing it, it starts cementing. It starts becoming like a hyperloop. And it becomes a habit, a pattern. They can be broken. Yes, they can. You can be the best role model for yourself by aspiring to that. Get help, join a group, go for 12-step, read a book, journal, watch YouTubes, read, sing, dance. Be the best version of yourself. And then when you role model out for everyone around you, you will feel such joy when you realize that people are gravitating to you because you're offering something to them that you offered to yourself first. I hope this assisted. I love doing these videos, and I will see you again. Bye, y'all.